Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I have my 23 in 2023 eyeshadow project pan. The project is pretty self-explanatory. I've pre-selected 23 eyeshadows that I'm going to work on this year. I'm not working on all of them at once, but my goal is to hit pan on these items. Last update I have only done one update so far, so this is my second. My last update I had not hit pan on anything yet, but today we have pan and it's very exciting. So why don't we go ahead and jump into it. All right, as we get started, let's go through the items that I do not have progress on yet. I have not started to reach for my nude medium palette from Huda Beauty, the center shade, because I have another really similar shade that I'm working on. I'm almost done with that one, so when I finish hitting pan on the first one, I'll reach for that one. I don't think I wore a green look since the last update. If I did, it was like one time, so it's not that one, it's this one here. So no progress on that yet, as well as the green shade I'm wearing with it, although it's like, do you see how it's cracking on me right there a little bit? This shade in particular is really fragile. So I think it also, in a way, I thought it was gonna be easier to hit pan on that guy, but I think in the long-term run, it's gonna be harder to hit pan on, because when I use this shade, I have to kind of like press it back into the pan. So whatever progress I make kind of ends up like being taken away because I have to repress everything into there. But either way, no, I think I may have used that once, twice at the most over the past, it's been a month and a half since I've done my last update. So that's also something to note here. No progress on my lid setting shade. No progress on my Natasha Denona palette. I think I've maybe worn this shade once. So as you can see, nothing too exciting there. And then I'm using a lid setting shade out of this guy, no progress. And then I had another Lorac palette that would have been in this stack, but I actually ended up, my sister-in-law was visiting not that long ago, and I realized that I wasn't going to use the other colors in the palette. I was simply going to reach for this palette just for the lid setting shade, and I wasn't all that excited about the color story. So I ended up decluttering it to her. So what I'm going to have to do is at the end of this, when my little one wakes up, I'll go select another palette, or maybe wait until the next update to select another palette to kind of go in here. I don't know if I need another lid setting shade. That was the shade that would have been in this project in that palette. But I think I might need like another matte or shimmer, because I'm going through those faster than I am my lid setting shades. So I will be putting one of those in here. I'll probably wait and do it next update just to see what I get through one more update and see what I need, because at the moment I'm not quite clear yet. All right, as we get into the items with progress, I think I'm gonna save the best for last, just to like tease you. I have pan on 3 shadows, but let's go through the ones that have mediocre progress, and then we'll go into like really good progress, and then I'll show you pan at the end. This guy is my all amethyst palette from ColourPop. I'm working on this deep purple shade here, and hopefully you can see it's a little worn. I sometimes use it as a liner, and today I used it as an outer corner deepening shade. So it kind of like, I'll make really good progress when it's like a liner brush in here, but as you can see today it's a little bit flatter because I literally just used it as an outer corner shade. Then we have my little pony palette from ColourPop, the little purple shade. Again, I'm wearing this one today. I use my finger with it, so I feel like it's like really, like if I were using a more precise brush, we'd see a little bit better progress with it, but not yet. That's Taupe palette. I'm using the shade up here. I've used it a ton and I can see good progress in it, but this is one that I also kind of threw in the project knowing that this one's going to be one of the ones that takes a while, just because ColourPop maps for me take me a while. And then we have my Weekend Festival palette from BH Cosmetics, and hopefully you can see there we have some decent little dippage starting in that. I use like my tip of my pinky for that one because I typically use it in my inner corner like I'm wearing it today. So kind of making a little bit more progress than I thought. The Mimosa palette from BH Cosmetics, another one that like I feel like I'm making pretty decent progress in. I haven't reached for these a ton. I've really been focusing on the other ones that you'll see. This one I have worn a ton, but it's a matte, so again it's going to take a while. I also strategically picked it for that reason, because I figured it would go with 2 different shimmers and that it would take me 2 different shimmers worth of wearing it to get through it. But hopefully you'll be able to see somewhere in it. I can if I look really close, but it's really maybe hard to see on camera. Now, let's get into the ones with really good progress. I have my Jaclyn Hill palette. This guy here, the matte up top. Hopefully you can see that. We have really good dip going. I imagine it will take me probably about just like 5 more uses of that one and I'll hit pan on it. So really exciting. I have 2 shades in my Modern Renaissance. One of them I haven't reached for yet, and one of them you'll see good progress on. Bon Fresco is the one that I haven't reached for yet, but this guy here, Tempera, I've gotten a really good dip out of because I hit pan in my other setting shade Tempera in the Soft Glam palette, so that's exciting. Next up we have my Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves. I really thought I might hit pan on it today. Watch, I bet the next time I go to use this thing it's gonna have pan. Hopefully it is focused a little bit better. Can you see the dip in that thing? I mean, dang, I really hoped and like thought I was gonna have this with some pan in it, but I just missed. I feel like literally last time I filmed my first update, I had no pan in the project. I went to use some of these palettes the very next time and I think I hit like both pans in, or 2 pans in them, like literally the next one. Like that happens to me all the time. So not yet, but watch me literally this week hit pan in it. And then another one that I really think that I'll be cursed and like literally hit pan in the next time I use it is this Natasha Denona palette. I mean, hello, can you see that? I literally don't know how I haven't already hit pan in it, but I'm just barely missing it. Not yet, but it will be done next time. And then best for last, we have 3 new pans. I have one from my Profusion Ethereal palette. I knew this one would go fast because it's a really soft shade, but I really did wear it a good bit as well because it's one of my favorite shades to wear in winter. It's just such a beautiful shimmery bluishy purple. It's a stunning shade. And then this guy here from ColourPop again, the Tinkerbell palette. Wasn't my favorite shade, but I ended up making it work. So we do finally have pan, if it will focus, on it right there. So that's number 2. And my 3rd pan for this project is in Tempera here in Soft Glam. If I can ever get it to, there you go. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. But yeah, I think one of the other colors I might choose from this palette, because I definitely want to use more of like what the palette has to offer rather than just the lid setting shade. So I gotta decide if it's gonna be a shimmer or if it's gonna be a matte, but I'm pretty sure one of them will come from this. So that's my second update for my 23 and 2023 eyeshadow project pan. I still have to pick out 2 palettes to work on next. I had been holding off, like I said, on one since the beginning, that I was going to see what I needed, and then since I decluttered a palette, I need to pick a second one. I'll have those picked out by the next update. I really feel like by that point I'll have hit probably at least 2 more pans in this project, and that way I won't have to I'll know more clearly if I need another lid setting shade, if I need a matte, if I need some more shimmers, what I'm actually like itching to use. So I'm kind of glad that I left myself some wiggle room in this project to do that. But yeah, that's it for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.